After a little bit of time passes, Mike and his girlfriend start to get a little bit more intimate. Fiona doesn't leave, and for some fucking reason, Mike doesn't tell her to leave. So she...
Freaky Ahh Roommates.
I would have been incredibly happy never telling this story, but at the same time, it's one of my favorites because it comes with a lot of morals. Last story time I made, people kept calling it fake even though I put a lot of video and picture evidence in the story. So I'm looking at that and I'm like, okay, well I can never tell this. A lot of video and picture evidence.
Yo, nah, ain't gonna lie, that might be the next one I watch.
In the story. So I'm looking at that and I'm like, okay, well I can never tell this one, but at the same time I'm like, fucking, well shit, if you can tell a story and put evidence in it and people still call it fake, then
okay, the thing is, there's always some people that gonna call it fake, so you shouldn't really mind, I'ma say.
There's literally no point in holding back. So I'm gonna tell this story. Enjoy. All of the previous roommates I'd had in my apartment moved out. Some of them couldn't afford to live there. Some of their boyfriends didn't like the fact that they had a guy for a roommate. Some of them, I can't really say why because it's not my story.
Okay, but the thing is, I just like realized he owned the house, right? Because I just keep on seeing story of him with like different roommates.
Don't get me wrong,
He probably owns the house, right?
Genuinely thought most of these people were cool in their own individual ways. So of course I wished him the best and told him we would always be friends. But I was at my limit with some of these people. Like I said, most of them were really cool at the end of the day, but there were some huge problems that I can realistically say I am not going to miss. Such as having people routinely crash out on me because it's their period and for some reason that gives them the right to be an asshole. Weekly and sometimes bi-weekly drug-induced anxiety attacks. Beefing with their boyfriends because they for some delusional reason think that I want their girls.
Nah, but the thing is, you could low-key just have like all boy roommates, so what is he really yapping about?
So like I said, awesome group of people, but even awesome people have problems that make them like extremely not fucking awesome to be around. I do kind of miss them sometimes though. I really wonder what they're up to. I don't know, maybe if things went a little differently then we could... What the hell was that? One thing that sucks about living alone is there is literally no one to blame all the random noises you hear around your house on. I developed this habit of getting up and leaving.
Nah, okay, wait. Would y'all be scared like that ass here in your house and like there's noise coming from like, I don't know, upstairs. Let's say upstairs. No, me personally, bruh. Okay, I won't go to see like where the noise is coming from. Like, I value my life a little bit, so I won't. Actually,
In the room I was in because I was certain somebody was spying on me. I started unlocking a lot of fears about being in my room animating. Because with me being the only person here, the only person somebody could hurt if they got in here was me.
Give me your ass, nigga. Nigga, you see me looking at you, nigga. Give me your ass, nigga.
And like I said, I still liked living alone, but there were just some things that were not worth it. Like the rent is so much more expensive when it's just you paying for it versus you and 3 other people.
bro. No, you bugging. I could never, bro. Also, like, he probably live in the US. Rent are crazy there, bro. I could never.
Paying for it. It was almost like $2,000 a month. Not to mention at that
Alone? No, he's the
point the price of almost everything was going up. I was dangerously close to giving head for a carton of eggs, bro. That would have been a real low point. So after a while of thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, I guess I've had my fun. It's time we get some roommates to fill all these empty rooms. But I didn't want just anybody in here. It was important to me that I maintain my peace this time. So I started scheduling some interviews to look for possible roommates. Out of all the interviews I had, there were 3 people that stood out to me. Fiona, Michael, and Kimmy. And also this other dude that I used to hang out with, but he lost his phone and went AFK right before the interviews. The person I really wanted though was Kimmy. We had known each other for almost a year at that point, and she was also looking to move out of her parents' place. But due to what I can only imagine is the way that I look, going against their traditional Asian values, they did not want her moving in with me. It actually escalated and they ended up calling me.
Okay.
And even though she couldn't...
Nah, that's crazy. And plus, okay, I don't even want to make like something. Okay, take okay, never mind.
There, she would come to visit me like almost every single day, which, in my opinion, makes it like she actually does live there.
Nah, I'm gonna say, take that statement with a grain of salt, but should I low-key say it? You know what? It's not even
I don't
worth
really
it.
know what her parents
It's
were
not
going
worth it.
for. But Fiona and Michael seemed like cool people, so the last thing left for them to do was to sign the contract. what? After that, we shook hands and that does not look like they're shaking my hand, bro. Come on. For a while, they never really struck me as weird people while they were living there. I always spent most of the day animating. Usually around the time that I wanted to call it quits, Mike would come home from his job with a six-pack. Fiona was always a different case though. She loved to talk and I always thought that was really cool about her, but every now and then, she would say some very not PG-13 stuff in the conversation. And me, with the sense of humor that I have, I always thought the shit was hilarious. But Kimmy, on the other hand, did not find it to be the most charming. I didn't really care, bro. As long as they were paying their rent, I didn't have any problems with them. Like I said earlier, I'm usually at home and...
There are 4 now. You said around 200, so everyone pays like 5. Everyone paying 5, so
meeting. One
that's a big difference.
day, I'm sitting at home wrapping up this absolute fucking masterpiece, bro. I got my headphones in, just kind of tuning out the world, but in the corner of my vision, I can see Michael and Fiona arguing about something. But I'm right towards the end of finishing the video, so I don't really care that much. But through my headphones, I can pick up some noticeable buzzwords, such as girlfriend and fucking. So I'm like, okay.
Huh? Okay, but wait.
Let me remove my headphones and pay attention to the conversation that's happening in front of me.
Like, are they together?
And I've been trying to be a little bit more sensitive with my stories. This is a gross fucking topic, but the YouTube friendly version of it is Mike was in his room with his girlfriend. Along comes Fiona. Mike, his girlfriend, and Fiona are hanging out. After a little bit of time passes, Mike and his girlfriend start to get a little bit more intimate. Fiona doesn't leave, and for some fucking reason, Mike doesn't tell her to leave. So she
What?
just watches them from start to finish. This was the dumbest ever chain of events that anybody has...
No, wait. Okay, so there's not even a cock in this situation. This shit is just straight up, like, weird.
Ever told me happened because all of it seemed very easily preventable. So when they tell me what happened, I'm like, haha, you guys had me going. I actually thought you guys were seriously arguing. You guys are kidding.
Okay, wait. So, hold on. I'm confused. What's the problem in, like, this situation? Is that the fact that, like, he didn't tell her to live? Is it to live? To leave? Or is that the fact that, like, I don't know, bro.
Right?
Brother,
But when I found out they were serious, that shit really pissed me off. Because I've been in situations where people live together and they confuse those freedoms of living together with also thinking they should do other things together. And by the end of it, everybody has a delusional idea about what went down, why it went down, who wanted who, and who wanted what. And if you cannot safely live with somebody without crossing those boundaries, and once you two decide to take that step across that boundary, you're arguing about it later instead of taking responsibility for your part in it, you clearly weren't smart enough to make that.
Yeah, hold on. Wait. So, did he cheat on, like, his girlfriend with her? Because, like, the way he phrasing this is they cracked. Low-key, they cracked. So
Decision in the first place. Fiona, you should have left. Michael, you should have told her to leave. Neither of you guys did what you were supposed to do in that situation, so neither one of you was more the good guy and neither one of you was more the bad guy. Stop arguing about it and grow the fuck up. The craziest part is, from what I noticed, despite both of them having this argument previously, she still hung out around him religiously, like every fucking day, every second of the day. Besides that, did not even remotely seem like Michael's girlfriend liked Fiona. And I can't speak on their relationship because I'm not in it. Trust me, I understand that, but from the outside looking in, it seemed like one of those do whatever the fuck I say or you won't be my girlfriend by tomorrow type deals. And there's a lot more to it than that, but that's not my story to tell.
nah, that's bad, bro. You should never be in one of these. Like, never. I mean, I don't even, like, understand why people, like, are staying in one of these, bro.
I did not want there to be any more relationship drama where I lived. One day, me and Kimmy are texting each other and we're furious because she thinks that the MCU Hulk is better. I'm an actual smart person, so I think that the early 2000s Hulk is better. She's like, alright, you know what? You, I'm coming over right now. We're gonna watch this early 2000s movie, and if it
Okay, I'm not, like, this tuned in, so I don't even know, like, the real difference, but
sucks, we're fighting. She comes over, we're on the bed sitting down before we actually start watching the movie, and in the middle of talking, she just kind of stops and makes a face. First, I don't know what's wrong with her, but then I start making the same face. Because we both hear these really weird screaming noises that are coming from the next room over from us. We both just
now what?
laugh it off and keep trying to talk over it, but it is not working because it literally sounds like somebody is dying in the most dramatic way possible. After some time passes, I get a little worried, so I just give her the bowl of popcorn. I get up and I'm like, I'm sorry, one of my roommates must be
Are they dying or cracking, like, at this
playing
point?
like a game.
Because this nigga was worried.
something right now. I'll go tell him to keep it down. I walk out of my room, into the main hallway, and when I do, I see that Fiona's door is open. I go up to the door to ask her if she's okay, and dude,
Why the door is open?
I'm gonna put it like this, but take it how you will. When you are doing what she was doing, your door should not be wide open.
Oh, nah, she
You should not leave that.
bugging. Nah, she bugging. She bugging.
That's all. So I close her door to give her some
Get her ass out of the house, bruh. No, she
privacy.
bugging. She
Doing
bugging.
that kind of stuff with your door open is disgusting. And that was honestly
It's not even like just disgusting. This is wild word. This is wild. Nah, that's free will. At like 100%, but like
my
that's
last
free
straw
will.
with these people. It was going to suck having to pay almost $2,000 by myself for rent, but you know what? It's better that that fucking happens than for me to have my female friend be subject to this kind of stuff every time she comes over here. So you know what I did?
Yeah.
Bro, we can't just talk about this? Oh, sure you can. Alright, man, so where I'm coming at it from is I think... And just like that, the place was back to being quiet.
Okay, but the other one didn't do shit.
But it was a different kind of quiet. Because at least this time, I learned for sure it's better to be happy by yourself than be miserable in a room full of people. Also, I learned that Kimmy's usually right about this kind of shit.
I'm still on their head.
Nah, they're good.